History repeats itself. It fails to die. You are now tuned into But What Is Life podcast, the ride to relax, relate, and release into reality where things get fun, real, and the advice is unsolicited. What's up, y'all? It's Ani, and I am back at you with another episode of But What Is Life. How y'all doing today? I hope y'all doing great. Period. So today we are holding ourselves accountable. But before we get into all of that, Valentine's Day just passed, right? And I just want to ask y'all, how was y'all's Valentine's Day? Me, it was just another day, okay? I cannot even tell you the last time I even had a Valentine. At this point, I don't believe in that day, but whatever. I feel like in your relationship, Valentine's Day should be every day. Don't just pick a day out of the 365 days in a year to show your love and appreciation for your significant other. But I guess that ain't none of my business. But I feel like there's just this stigma on these certain holidays where it puts the pressure on everybody that they have to celebrate or whatever the case may be. Now, I feel like when it comes to Valentine's Day, I want to know why women think Valentine's Day is just a woman's appreciation day. Because although the way life goes, women are usually the ones that's always taking care of this, taking care of that, blase, skip, whatever. In that, it's always what a man is doing for the woman. And I feel as if the conversation is never redirected to what is the woman doing for the man. And then another thing, when it comes to Valentine's Day, why can't it be time well spent instead of all these extravagant gifts and all of that BS? Like, it's just like everybody is competing to one up each other on this bullshit. Like, come on, people, because that is not a priority. But I don't know, maybe I'm just the one who just... No, I'm not even gonna say I'm the only one. I know I'm not out here on the island by myself. I know I'm not. But just to sum it all up and how I feel about Valentine's Day, ladies, hold yourselves accountable to spoil your man outside of the normal domestic duties and sex, because men want to be treated as well as we do. And that's on period. And of course, I'm speaking from experience of treating a nigga like shit, but I digress, because that is a whole bag of toxic that does not need to be opened. Now we on the intermission tip. Do niggas turn down COOCH? Answer the question for me, but please send your answers to butwhatislifepodcast@gmail.com. And if you have any questions you would like for me to answer or need any advice, send it to butwhatislifepodcast@gmail.com as well. That is BUTWHATLIFEPODCAST@gmail.com. The definition of accountability is a willingness to accept responsibility for our own actions. Now, the inspiration for this episode is from a tweet I came across that says, and I quote, "Stop confusing your enablers for a soul tribe. People who love you would hold you accountable. End quote. By the way, But What Is Life now has a Twitter account, and the Twitter handle is BWill Podcast. That is BWILPODCAST. Go follow today and engage with me, please. Honey, I ain't got no followers right now, but I just started it a couple days ago. But that's neither here nor there. I honestly don't even know how to work Twitter because I have not been on Twitter in years. Okay? In years. But like I said, go follow today and engage, please. But I feel that tweet that I came across because it is a very thing I was, keyword, dealing with, especially since we in this retrograde and it took us back to past communication breakdowns. Did y'all partake? Did y'all travel back in the past, or did y'all have people from the past hitting you up within these last couple weeks? I'm pretty sure you have. Quick story time. Y'all remember back in episode 4, Friendships Coexisting Part 1? I told y'all about me and my friend mending our friendship that stemmed from the disconnection of another situation with said person. And if you haven't checked it out, check it out after you finish this episode. But long story short, a couple years ago, said person who was a friend of mine, or so I thought at the time, and with other mutual ties, had a falling out due to miscommunication that I tried to reconcile at that present time, but to no avail. No avail, honey. Absolutely no avail, honey. It was like talking to a brick wall that just kept hitting you in the face. Because every time I tried to explain, I would get cut off. And it was just a mess, okay? But present day, it became an old situation that was no longer out of sight, out of mind, because said person does not live where I live. So it was really a thing where it was like, okay, that happened. Now I'm here, they're there, not even thinking about it. And with the recent passing of my godmother and coming events, let's just put that out there, things were just kind of set into perspective for me to really put an end to the past and have an adult conversation to move forward respectfully due to our commonalities. Now, to this day, I don't feel the people closest to said person I had this disconnect with holds this person accountable, and never has. And that's even outside of the situation with me. Now, for me, when I say that, I feel that that is one huge disservice you could ever do for a friend, family member, or lover, because I feel that is your part in hindering that person from growing. I said before, and I will say it again, life is all about evolution and growth. And if you can't peacefully do that in the existence of your tribe, and with their assistance, as trying as it will be, because like I said in a previous episode, when you call yourself out on your bullshit, that shit is hard. It's hard as hell. So to be able to do that peacefully, but also the people that is in your corner also holding you accountable and helping you grow in that trying time, if you can't do that with them, then who the hell can you do it with? Because you for damn sure not about to do it with no stranger. And to be honest, this even extends to a disconnect within my family in the present fucking moment. And it's the fact that some members of my family want to pinpoint things to get the help from other family members because things of the past did not work. But nobody wants to communicate about the toxic shit. And that is what pisses me off the motherfucking most, bitch. I'm not sitting here saying that I am the person when it's some heavy shit, I'm jumping in head first, like, let's talk about it. Because 9 times out of 10, I gotta analyze the situation for myself and really sit in that and figure out where I'm coming from. I think before I speak, or I think before I act, which I feel is the responsible thing to do. But everybody's not like that. Most people are just going about situations where if it's kind of heavy on the conscience, they want to sweep it under the rug and act like it never happened. Bitch, I can only sweep under the rug for so long. That's just the mere fact that you cannot control no grown person. And my mama told me that you cannot control a grown person, because a grown person is going to do what a grown person wants to do. I'm all about being intentional with the people I share my life with, and that includes my people holding me accountable while holding myself accountable as well. Because sometimes I'm wrong. And that goes for you too, whoever is listening. Sometimes you are wrong and you need another perspective. And if it doesn't go the way you would like it to go, as far as being intentional with the people around you like that, then that just means that you need to set boundaries for how you are going to deal with that person or people moving fucking forward. I just feel like it's what is it called? A process of elimination. You got to do what you got to do, because at the end of the day, you want to be able to answer the question, who's adding value to your life at the end of the day. And if you can't answer that question, then baby, you need to reevaluate. But that ain't none of my business. That's your business. Figure it out and what works best for you. Anyway, so I have a question for y'all. Do you hold yourself accountable? And also, do you hold your friends accountable? Now, when it comes to the friends, that could be a tricky situation. It really can be. Because when it comes to your friends, do you even have that dynamic of a friendship where you know y'all will probably disagree, but you discuss it anyway because y'all are both comfortable within the security of y'all's relationship to be able to agree to disagree? Yeah, let that sink in, baby. If you gotta rewind it back, do what you gotta do. Because Imani, the hood healer, once said, and I quote, "A lot of y'all cannot disagree without being disrespectful, and I want you to know that's a symptom of caucasity." A word, baby, a word. Can we give some snaps to Imani? Baby, okay. And that's the God honest truth. A lot of people have a problem with disagreeing without being disrespectful within that disagreement. And honey, that just makes me double back to said person I had the breakdown with that I was just talking about, because I was aware that was not the dynamic of our friendship while I was in it, because I knew I was dealing with a spoiled person in a sense. This is all just context clues of being around this group of people and just seeing things happen day by day for years. Not that it was, situations always going on, just in how the people around this person would handle things or go about things, or the things that they would just say. It was just like, y'all spoil the hell out of this person and y'all need to stop, because y'all don't even understand the level of monster that y'all are fucking creating. But I will say that in that time when me and this person was friends, that was actually my goal with that person, to create a space where we would both feel comfortable in holding each other accountable, whether a good or bad situation. It never got to that point, and honestly, it never will, because said person showed their ass, and it wasn't really a surprise to me, because I knew then, when we were in that relationship, that if we ever disagreed upon anything, we never would have been friends after that. I knew that then, and that person basically proved my theory to be right. That was my goal, because it wasn't as if I was in that friendship like, oh, we just doing this just for the hell of it. No, I've never been that person. I'm always doing things with intention. Even though I didn't know I was doing stuff with intention, I wasn't really aware of that back in the day, but it was something that I felt, because I really wanted to hold this person accountable, to help this person grow, just because of the things that I saw. Now, I've always been in the business of being an outside perspective to help those around me, even if I wasn't doing the work on myself. Hence, why we even doing this podcast right now. I'm trying to help y'all while I'm helping myself. You know what I'm saying? But I promise I will not hold y'all today on this episode. So the moral of the story is, do your due diligence in making this life that we ultimately share a better experience. And you can do that by holding your loved ones, your friends, your lovers accountable. Hell, even a fucking stranger, bitch. If it's a situation where you know you can interject, do what you gotta do, because you never know how that will translate to that person in order to transmute and transcend. You know what I'm saying? Snaps. Honey, what I just said, it just felt like it was so powerful. Baby. But go ahead and share this episode with somebody who you feel like needs to hear it, because we can all, even if we are doing the work, we can all improve on holding ourselves and the people around us accountable. And I just want to thank y'all for tuning in today. And I love y'all. But until the next episode, relax, relate, and release into accountability.